Bad Batch.
I'm Batman. It's Cobra Kai.
The hero's journey is never over. Everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel. Welcome back to Media Planet, the YouTube channel. We talk all things media. How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. And today, everybody, I'll be doing a little video talking about my thoughts, theories, hopes for Spider-Man PS5. So Spider-Man 2, the game, PS5. And yeah, I just want to talk about my hopes and my theories and stuff that may happen in the game and what we could expect, maybe. So other than that, let's get into it. I'm going to build this down into parts. So I've built it down into parts of suits, main story, side content, and DLC, if there is any DLC. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So first things first, I want to talk about suits. So let's start off with the suits for the game. Peter's suits from the first game with symbiote versions. By this I mean, I think there are plans, I think it is pretty much confirmed that each version of the suits in the first game, even with more suits added for Peter, will all have a symbiote version. So each suit will have its own symbiote look to it. Either that be when you choose your suit, it'll ask if you want to make a symbiote one or a normal one, and you choose. I think that is a good idea for the game. I also want new suits that the devs make. I want suits that the devs make themselves, so they come up with their own little style suits, and also from other Spider-Man media. So even suits we've not seen yet. Same with Miles' suits from the first game. I doubt they will be giving Miles his symbiote versions. I doubt that they will give him symbiote suits. If they do, then cool. Maybe they will. But I want also new suits made by the devs and also involving from other Spider-Man media involving Miles. So I'm looking forward to what they come up with the suits. I am hoping for a bit of stuff and also a lot of cool stuff, a lot of new stuff. Maybe they could add suits from, I don't know, other Spider-Men from the movies, from other video games and things like that, and we could really see what they have in store for us. But yeah, that is basically my idea on the suits. Okay, so right now I want to talk about the main story of the game. Let's start off with the main story. So villains in this movie are pretty much confirmed to be Kraven the Hunter and Venom. Like in the first game, there were basically two main villains. You have Martin Lee, Mr. Negative, and Doc Ock. Doc Ock was basically the main villain. Technically, he was the main villain of the game. The story went on, he was the main villain later on. Martin Lee was basically a build-up to him. Someone to fear, someone to take on while you wait for the main villain to get ready. I feel like in this game, Venom is definitely the main villain, and as we know, Venom will be Harry Osborn. Harry will be Venom. Basically, Venom either is an alien or was created by Osborn to save his son's life from his disease, which I think also killed his mother. So yeah, I also want to get into choosing between Miles and Peter. So in the game, there is a thing of where you will get to choose Miles or Peter. So I feel like, so each mission, right, will involve you choosing Miles or Peter, or even that, it might be a thing of some missions Miles have to do, some missions Peter has to do, and stuff like that. And I think that would have been pretty cool. You'll have Miles and Peter and all that. I do think that the end of the game, though, will basically be a thing of both of them are there and you switch between them. So you use each other in that and you switch between characters. One thing that people were thinking was this game was going to be co-op. was going to be multiplayer with a friend, a 2-player game, and you were able to play with a friend and swing around with them and basically do the story together. So missions that I think the way it could have worked was that if there were missions on your own, if there were missions on yourself, say that there was a mission that was specifically for Miles and a mission specifically for Peter, whoever was playing Miles would go to the Miles mission, and whoever was playing Peter would go to the Peter mission, and those were happening at the same time, and that could have worked. And then you would have 2 Spider-Man, and you could even do it the way as like Gotham Knights were doing it. Someone could legit be in trouble, your friend could be in trouble, and then a second later, your friend comes in and helps. And it would be a thing of, you're doing your own thing, but you've also got your own side content with each character, and you're doing that, you're doing different crimes, and you're helping each other, and stuff like that. So it works as mainly most of Miles's missions will be in Harlem. So yeah, I feel like that would have worked with co-op, but obviously we know that it's pretty much confirmed it isn't co-op anymore, or it never was co-op. But I think I think there is some potential for a co-op Spider-Man game made by the people who made the first one. So yeah, we never know. We could easily see it in an update or something like that. So yeah, that is main story stuff. So I want to talk about side content. I definitely don't want any screwball missions. I liked the screwball missions, but I think they were definitely outplayed, and I feel like it was kind of annoying of doing them, and they were fun to do, don't get me wrong, but they did seem a bit, not there, and there just didn't seem much to them. If they do add it, then fine, add it and just make them a bit more, fun or whatever. I also want more types of crimes. Like, we've got crime missions where it's just little things where we have to stop crimes, and you have to do certain moves with the character, like throwing stuff at the villain or whatever, to get points, to get crime tokens. I want various different crimes. I want murder crimes. I want some murder crimes. I want some more robberies, cars. To me, it kind of felt like I was mainly doing robberies or cars. Mainly robbery or car crimes. Mainly, other than other crimes. And that's kind of what it felt like in both of the games. But in Miles Morales and the first one. But other than that, I feel like it would be cool to get that. Also, I want side missions involving past villains or gangs. So maybe there are still some demon part of gangs out there, including the underground as well. Maybe you could involve like them two working together, or they're rival gangs, so they're going at each other or whatever. And those be little side things where you have to take them out and deal with them. Even have Miles fighting demons and Peter fighting underground, and it'd be cool. I feel like that'd be real cool. Even like with past villains, I feel like you could do little missions where Shocker shows up, where Electro shows up, and stuff like that. You could have little villains. You probably could have Martin Lee show up at one point or something. I don't know, or Doc Ock. I feel like later on in the games, when more games come, there possibly will be a lot more. I even want a lot more Avengers stuff, like more Avengers references, and even maybe we get to meet an Avenger or something like that. So yeah, that is basically side content. So lastly, I want to talk about DLC. So if this game's going to get DLC, it probably will have DLC that involves Peter and Miles continuing their, little thing. I want Yuri to come back. I feel like a whole thing where, because in the other DLCs, there's a mini story with Yuri, and she basically turns into a villain, but you don't get to like stop her or send her to prison for what she's doing or stuff like that. She leaves and she just gets away. So I feel like a whole DLC where each and everything is about Yuri being the whole DLC will be about her. The whole DLC, the main missions will all be about Yuri and her crusade against crime, being judge, jury, and executioner. I feel like that'd be a cool story, and it'll be personal for Peter, and Peter will obviously get upset and stuff like that because they're really close. And I feel like maybe she'll find out who he is under the mask, and Miles will also help Peter through it and stuff like that. I think that would be pretty cool for, you know, DLC content, is to have Yuri be the main villain. So it'd be personal for Peter as well. And maybe you could have some Magia people be the main, you know, punch, where Yuri is going after them, but also going after other bad guys. And maybe she even tries to break into the raft and try and take out some of the villains there, or something like that. You never know, really. So I'm hoping it will involve Yuri Watanabe, and it'd be really cool to see her even in a suit. Maybe she gets a comic book accurate suit, or gets a suit that fits her character from the comics. So I think that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, that is DLC thoughts. So yeah, guys, hope you did enjoy today's little video on me talking about my thoughts, hopes, and whatever for Spider-Man 2 on the PS5. I hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about the game? What do you think would be in it? Do you hope it was co-op or not? Let me know down below. And remember, keep watching All Things Media, and we'll see you media fans later. Bye for now.
Forget 1,000 things every day, pal. Make sure this is one of them.
It's over, Anakin!